Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Julie Nguyen.
And I'm Danielle Bennett.
A new venue may not be the only change to graduation this year. New guidelines may expand what students are allowed to wear. The guidelines would allow students in clubs and elective programs to wear pre-approved memorabilia.
This will expand opportunities for clubs like Latino Student Union, which last year was not permitted to give graduation sashes to seniors because memorabilia had to be academic.
And we wanted to give something to our seniors as a goodbye because most of them were avid students as well. Going on to college, we wanted them to have a little bit of us going on with them, and it was kind of sad them not being able to wear that on graduation.
In the coming years, students may be able to decorate their graduation caps, though with limitations that the decorations are still school appropriate and do not reference the student's college.
We still had a little bit of discussion of, it's a not yet, not a no, was about decorating the caps. And part of that was having discussion over just first, how would we do it? How could we physically check 500 students on the day of, and how would that work? I think we just needed a little bit more time to think about it.
I was at one of those high schools, did have the history of decorating caps, and we needed to make some adjustments because students were claiming that having colleges was a little bit of academic shaming going on by kids bragging that they got into Harvard or Stanford. So I have had to work at a school setting where we got much more clear on what are we really trying to celebrate here and what's appropriate at a high school graduation.
The RJUHSD board will vote on the new guidelines at tonight's meeting.
Student government will begin selling cassava tickets today at lunch. Regular admission is $15. The cassava dance is on February the 8th.
We now go over to Kobe Estrada for sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Kobe Estrada. This weekend, the wrestling team competed in the Lou Encolada Invitational and finished top 10. Junior Mark Bonar finished in second place, Ethan Bandy finished in third place after a close semifinal, and Cole Batmini finished in fourth. And in his first varsity tournament of the year, Junior Brayson Gonzalez took fifth place.
Got a lot of good action, and I can say for the rest that we all got a lot of good action before we go into the postseason. And now we just focus on what's next and CVC League finals and all that. We have a dual meet against Intercom today, so we need to wrestle the best we can and come out with a win.
And in other sports news, Roseville's Mountain Biking Club competed in the total body fitness race over this weekend. Quatran finished in first place in the male novice, while Aubrey Tuttle finished in third place in the female novice. Last night, the Roseville boys varsity basketball team played away at Woodcreek, where they fell 64-55. And Roseville's girls basketball team also played Woodcreek at home, where they held a moment of silence before the game to recognize Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna's lives, who passed away this weekend. And at the beginning of the season, Kobe Bryant had donated $5,000 to the girls' basketball program after one of the players participated in a tournament that he hosted. The team also honored their lives by writing personalized messages on their shoes. And that's all on their home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kobe. Sunday night were the Grammys, and a lot has happened. To start off, Lizzo was nominated for 8 Grammys this year, the most for that night, and is expected to sweep them all. Except for the occasional truth hurts, I'm not the biggest fan of Lizzo. Her songs feel a little forced and like an attempt for a Billboard Top 100. Her songs had nothing new musically or lyrically, they're just kind of there. However, unexpectedly yet still somehow predictable, Billie Eilish swept, winning all 4 of the main categories, as well as an additional Grammy for Best Pop Vocal Album, bringing her total for the night to 5 Grammys. I'm kind of happy Billie swept over Lizzo because even after blowing up, Billie and her brother Phineas still recorded her new album in her bedroom where they began, which, whether you like her music or not, she deserves major respect and props for doing that. After blowing up, many artists focused on getting the best producers and writers, yet those two kept doing what made them successful in the first place, themselves. Lizzo still managed to walk away with 3 Grammys, one of which being the Best Pop Vocal Performance, which I think is well deserved. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, can top Lizzo's flute playing, and this award proves that. 2 weeks before the Grammys, the chief executive officer and CEO of the Recording Academy, who hosts the Grammys, was fired. After being fired, she released a 44-page discriminant complaint that the way the nominees and winners are chosen for the Grammys are very inconsistent. She claims that the Grammys pick who they want to win originally and then find others to fill in as nominees, which explains why there happen to be so many snubs in the history of Grammys. Take, for example, Ariana Grande, who in her career has only won 1 Grammy out of her 11 nominations. Same as Justin Bieber, who only has 1. Prince, although nominated for 38 Grammys, only won 7, which is an 18% win rate for him. Even the Beatles were snubbed, winning only 4 Grammys while they were together. The idea that the Grammys could potentially be rigged adds up. I mean, look at the nomination list. You see the same 3 or 4 artists in almost every category they can be nominated for, whether they actually deserve to be nominated or not. Of course, Recording Academy denies it, but I'm curious to see how this will play out in the coming weeks and the effect it has on Grammys next year now that people are more alert and aware.
It's so hard to buy 2 years.
Alicia Keys and Boyz II Men sang a tribute to Kobe with a beautiful harmonization of the Boyz II Men song, It's Hard to Say Goodbye. That song couldn't be more true about Kobe Bryant. He was more than just a basketball player. He was an icon and example on how to live life, especially in LA. He brought love and joy to everyone and taught that the things that matter most in life isn't fame and fortune. It's all about family, hard work, and respect, that you work for what you earn. Alicia and Boyz II Men got it right. It's hard to say goodbye to such a legend. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Megan. This past weekend, 100 students filed into the gym ready to go to battle for Wire Think Tank Creations for Robotics Club. We go to Nathan Pydad with the story.
Last Saturday, the Robotics Club hosted a competition involving programs in the Northern California area. RHS was among the schools that participates in the first Tech Challenge, a yearly international event. As the site of one of the NorCal qualifying tournaments, it hosted over 20 teams. Competitor Jivan Navadu from Santa Clara High School believes that his team used this experience as a chance to improve their weak points.
We didn't do as well as we hoped, but throughout the competitions we improved our robot, improved learning how to work with different components and different parts.
As hosts, RHS Robotics Club were barred from competing. Instead, they gathered together as volunteer inspectors and judges.
Running the competition is fun because you get to be behind the scenes. Checking the robots is always good because you get a good view of the competition and you get to see how they work during inspection.
As they were the competition hosts, RHS Robotics Club qualified for this year's first Tech Challenge Regionals.
A local best-selling author visited creative writing students today during first period to share advice and experience. Stephanie Garber, local best-selling author of the Carnival series, stepped into creative writing teacher Jamie Handling's classroom today during first period. She brought in her first-hand experience as an author during a talk about publishing, writing, and the journey towards both.
I look back, and even though it was years and it was really hard, I feel like all that time spent to get published has prepared me for being published.
The next Creative Writing Club meeting will be held during lunch on Thursday, January 30th in room 913. That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we are always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.